Hi, teacher.
Hello!
Hi, I wrote my paragraph last night.
Ah, yes. Read it to me, please.
So, this one time, I was walking through the woods and I saw this big, scary deer. I guess it wasn't that scary. Like this one time, I was at the fair and I walked past a girl with blue hair and I was like, gasp! And then I tripped over this big rock and I was all, ouch! I was also at my house this one time and was all watching TV. I was watching Ren and Stimpy, which is like a really stupid show. Because I mean, like, who the heck would have a name like Ren? Like, that's not even real. So anyways, I was all walking through the woods, minding my own business, and this big scared deer jumps out, scares the crap out of me. It was crazy. That's it.
Wait. What? Your paragraph has no unity.
What's unity?
Come over here. Come over here. This, my dear boy, is unity. Yes, unity is when all sentences relate to and develop one main idea. So, what was the main idea in your paragraph? Aha! See, that's your first problem there. You have no main idea, so how can you have unity? Yes. Alright, moving on. Your sentences must also be coherent. Sorry. Okay, now, your sentences must also be coherent, as I said. Now, coherence, as we have written here, is when ideas are arranged in an order that makes sense and the relationships between the ideas is clear. Now, to do this, you can arrange them chronologically, spatially, or by importance. So, yours was slightly arranged chronologically, but it means more coherence between the ideas, yes?
I feel slightly smarter. Now, pray tell, what else does my paragraph lack?
Well, in addition to needing coherence in your order of ideas, you also need coherence between your ideas in your paragraph, yes? Alright, so you can do this with direct references. So that is referring to something mentioned earlier. You can also do it using a noun or pronoun that refers to the word used earlier, repeating a word used earlier, or using a word or phrase that means the same as one used earlier.
Indeed.
These create direct references. You can also create coherence between ideas using transitional expressions. These are words and phrases that show connection between ideas. You can do this by comparing ideas, words like also and, etc. You can do it by contrasting, which is like comparing, as you know, but the opposite. Yes, you can do it by showing cause and effect. So, for example, the deer scared me, and so I jumped out of my pants. You can do it by showing place, above, across, etc. And you can do it by showing importance. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, moving on. Oh, all right. Now, one of the ways you can use a paragraph that has unity is to describe things. So using description, you're going to want to do this by providing sensory details. Those are sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, and all these things relate to the topic.
Like my teacher can't hear very well, and can't see that good, and it smells bad.
No. More like the grass was a beautiful green against the bright light of the sun. It had a faint, fresh odor and felt soft and sponge-like between my toes. Yes, and to keep coherence when with descriptive paragraphs, it is often helpful to organize them spatially. Yes. Another common use of paragraphs is evaluation. This is the type of paragraph that you're going to want to use to share a judgment or opinion on an issue.
So like, my opinion is that school sucks.
Hush! Now, for evaluation paragraphs, you will want to open with the topic you're evaluating, provide your evaluation of the topic, and then list at least 3 reasons supporting your evaluation.
So like, my topic could be about how boring school is.
For example, one might choose for a topic, students talking out of place during class. The evaluation could be that it happens far too much and needs to stop. And reasons supporting this evaluation could be 1. When students interrupt their teachers, they cannot learn the lesson. 2. It disrupts others who might be trying to learn. And 3. If it doesn't stop, a certain teacher might just go ballistic and start throwing things! Yes, and evaluation paragraphs are usually ordered by importance. Yeah.
Well, what type of paragraph did I use?
Well, yes, your paragraph is not an evaluation paragraph, but a narration paragraph. Now, this type of paragraph is used to tell a story, like you did, or explain a process, such as how to make a cup of tea, or to explain causes and effects, such as how an annoying student can affect a teacher. Yes, moving on. Yes, one final type of paragraph I'd like to teach you about is the classification paragraph. This is used to give more information about a subject. So, to use a classification paragraph, you can divide a subject into parts, you may define a subject, or you may compare and contrast a subject with something else. Take poetry, for example. So, for dividing the subject into parts, you could talk about lyric poetry and blank verse and other types of poetry, and all of those. For defining the subject, you could just tell what poetry is, and for comparing and contrasting the subject with something else, you could explain how poetry is different than prose. Do you understand?
No.
Well,
But good job.
good enough. Class dismissed.